Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thought I'd play a little bit more of an upbeat song this morning. It's jamming over here. How are y'all doing this morning? As we have folks rolling in here, please type in the chat where you're zooming in from and just a few words to describe how you're coming in to service this morning. Some of you may be on the live stream, so we can't see your comments in the chat here on Zoom. But if you're on Zoom, would love to know how you're feeling coming into service this morning. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know I am a one woman show today. We have a big group of our members and our volunteers in Edmonton, Kentucky at ceremony. So everybody who is an official Sunday service volunteer is there at ceremony holding space or communing with the mushroom. So it's me. I'm doing slides. I'm the one person left at home with our little kids this weekend. So I'm doing slides and I'm leading meditation and discussion today. So just know if I'm being a little extra slow, that it's because I'm toggling between a bunch of different tabs. And actually, um, could I get is this going to let me do this? Um, would someone be up to help let folks into the waiting room? I can make you a co-host, one of our um one of our members that joins in often. Who would be up to volunteer? Just help like click admit people into the waiting room. It's really easy. It just pops right up and you admit people in. Would anybody be up to help with that? Awesome. Thank you, Christopher. Um, let's see. Okay. I made you a co-host. So thank you so much for helping. All right. Yeah. Thankfully, like this is my jam. I love being here at service and I love helping lead. So I am good to go and I am ready for this. So let's get going. All right, welcome and thank you for joining our sanctuary community and celebration. Our Sunday services are a devoted space for authentic connection, spiritual growth, and co created exploration. My name is Courtney Rose. I'm a co founder at Psanctuary, and I am also a minister at Psanctuary and a women's facilitator. And I will be guiding today's service. We're especially glad to have those joining us for the first time, whether you're here live with us on Zoom or joining through our YouTube live stream. That's a fairly new thing that we're doing. So thank you if that's you on YouTube. Your presence adds to the joy of this gathering. If you're watching on YouTube, we invite you to join the conversation in the live chat and tell us where you're watching from today. And for those joining us on Zoom, we love it when you turn on your video so we can see one another as we share this time together. It really, really helps if we can see each other's faces. I know sometimes we're just not in a place for that, but if you are, please turn on your camera. We love to see you. Sanctuary is a faith-based organization Hey, it's nice to see some cameras come on. Our faith in sacred mushrooms stems from both the prehistoric use by our ancestors and the personal experiences of our modern members. Sacred mushrooms are among the greatest sacraments that nature offers, raising our awareness so that we may access a direct connection to the source of life. It is our belief that the consumption of sacred mushrooms is a form of communion that brings us closer to what many know as God, Source, the All, and many other names. We understand this divine source as pure consciousness, the essence that permeates all being. This pure consciousness is, we believe, the source of creation and the origin of health and well being. Our vision and mission at Psanctuary is to live in a world with supportive and joyful communities, empowered to discover our own divinity with sacred mushrooms and with each other. We bring people together for connection to divine revelation through communion with sacred mushrooms. And that's what we have a group of folks right now, an integration circle around the fire in Edmonton, Kentucky. We do this once a month during the warm season. And so let's all send them love as they are integrating a powerful ceremony from yesterday. Our journey today. Each Sunday, we begin with news and updates from our sanctuary community, followed by a short guided meditation and a moment of gratitude for our sacrament and all who commune with it. Then we read from two texts, take time for personal reflection, and move into a facilitated community discussion, which looks different every Sunday, depending on who is facilitating our discussion. Today, that'll be me. For those joining us live on Zoom, that discussion period is a chance to share insights, ask questions, connect with each other, and explore the readings together in a thoughtful and growth-oriented space. If you're watching on YouTube and would like to participate in our conversation, you are warmly invited to join us inside of Zoom. You can find the Sunday service join info at sanctuary.org on the Sunday service page. Please take a moment now to find a comfortable space, if you haven't already, where you can settle in and be present as we begin our service. All righty. Before we move into meditation, I'm going to share just one announcement this morning, which I am very excited about. Let's see. This is something special that I am offering for the women in our community this summer. It's been about a year and a half since I've had an offering like this for women, so I'm really excited about it. And this is for you if you're a woman who's been pouring yourself out, giving, and you're finding that there's not much left for you. I'm opening two opportunities this summer. The first is a single Saturday circle on June 13th, coming up here. This will be 2 hours on Zoom from 10 to noon Eastern. During our time together, we'll move through changing our state through movement to music and shifting our story through small connection groups, and then crafting our summer strategy so that we can keep showing up throughout the summer in a way that aligns with who we truly are and what we came here to do in this life. That's the sliding scale offering. And then I'm opening a new and improved version of our women's subtle sacrament program. Some of you on this call have been through it, and I'm doing it again and doing it a little bit differently. There's going to be 8 Fridays where we gather starting June 19th. And There'll be 4 Friday circle calls with me, similar to the event coming up on the 13th. And then we'll have in between connection pods where we can connect as women, and subtle sacrament practice office hours with Autumn, our membership coordinator. So make sure you're subscribed to our email list if you're interested in this. And of course, Mighty Networks, where we'll be posting everything this week. And there's a special, very special rate for our members to enroll in these offerings. Everything else, we have a lot of things going on at Psanctuary right now. So go to Mighty Networks and make sure you're a part of our events calendar there. Everything is there. And yeah, you'll want to check it out. We have some other cool stuff happening this week as well. All right. With that being said, let's move into our meditation. This is a meditation that we often lead during ceremony integration time. So, actually, right now, they're probably in the middle of this meditation around the fire post ceremony in Edmonton, Kentucky. So, I thought I'd just go ahead and lead this same meditation so we can feel like we're all together. Okay. So, close your eyes, or you can soften your gaze, looking at something pleasant, whatever is most comfortable for you. We call this meditation Meeting the Future You. Let's all take a nice, slow breath in through our nose and hold it for a few moments and exhale through our mouth. A couple more times, breathing in nice, warm, nourishing air through our nose and releasing through our mouth. Last time. And just letting the natural rhythm of the breath take over, and turning your attention to the seat holding you, noticing the contact of your body and the surface of the chair that's holding you. Notice the connection of your feet on the ground, if that's where they are or wherever they might be. And take a moment to just quickly notice any other part of your experience, your physical experience in this moment that's calling for your attention. Not to change anything, but to simply notice what's here. And then bring your awareness to your hands. Notice the connection of your hands and wherever they're making contact. Maybe that's with your legs as they're resting on your legs, or the chair you're sitting in. See if you can tune into the energy of your hands. Can you sense a subtle tingling, a sense of aliveness in your hands? These sensations that we get to experience in this moment can remind us that we are alive. We're here in this moment and held by something greater than we can see. I invite you now to imagine or feel into this next part of our meditation journey in whatever way feels natural for you. Some some folks have an easier time visualizing and some have an easier time just feeling within. Imagine yourself standing at the beginning of a beautiful path. This is a path that feels completely safe, peaceful, and sacred, like it was made just for you. Look around you at this path that you're imagining. What do you notice? What kind of land surrounds you? What do your feet feel beneath you? What colors do you see? And what do you hear? Begin to slowly walk forward on this path. Feel each step as you begin to move along. And with every footfall, you become more grounded and connected to something ancient and wise that you can just sense. As you walk, you notice a figure appearing in the distance. As they're walking towards you, you notice that there's something familiar about them, a calmness, a strength, a deep kindness. And as you get closer, you realize that this person is you, but older and wiser. This is the future you, a version of yourself who has lived a beautiful, full life. Pause and really see your future self. Notice the lines on their face, the softness in their smile, the depth in their eyes. What does it feel like to be near them? Take in their posture and their presence. You feel in this place that there is no rush, just this sacred moment here with your future self. Now, this future version of yourself reaches into their pocket and hands you a gift. Feel this gift in your hand. What is it? A small object, a symbol, a feeling. Let yourself receive it fully. This gift is just for you. Your future self begins to gently pull you in for a hug, an embrace. And as they hold you close, they whisper something in your ear, something that they want you to know that will bring you great prosperity in your life. You feel chills move through your body as you let what they said to you sink in. And just hold it in your heart for a few moments. As they pull away, they look at you with such warmth and they say, now it's time to let go of this one thing. You know exactly what it is. You feel it lifting, melting, and you feel lighter now and more free. As you prepare to go, they place a hand on your shoulder and they say, I'm always here. You can reach out to me anytime for any wisdom that you need. And with one final smile, you turn back towards the path that you came from and you begin to walk carrying the gift they gave you and the wisdom they shared with you, feeling greater peace in your heart. Now we're back at the beginning of the path where we began. So gently begin to bring your conscious awareness back to the seat that you're sitting in, feeling the connection of the chair holding you and your feet on the ground, connected to the earth holding us. And before you blink your eyes open, just wiggle your fingers and your toes, just gently coming back into your physical space. You can rotate your shoulders. And when you're ready, blink your eyes open. Take a look around the room that you're in. You might name a couple of things that you see to help you land back in the space. And when you're ready, you can return to the Zoom room. All right. Meditation is usually pretty powerful, so it can take a few moments to just come back. That meditation was shared with me by Kate Northrup, and I'm so grateful for it. All right. While we remain in this mindful centered space, I invite us all to take a few moments to send loving intention to our sacrament and to all who cultivate and commune with these sacred mushrooms. Without these gifts of our Creator and the communion of our members, this community would not exist. The awareness brought forth by our sacrament is not limited to the moments when we consume the mushroom. It extends into every aspect of our lives, spreading like the mycelium throughout our world. Throughout intention and attention, we call forth the power of the mushroom and the community we have formed around it. Let us use our ever expanding awareness to bring greater peace through connection to our world. May we radiate gratitude from our hearts to our Creator, our community, and those who nurture and grow our sacrament. In cultivating and consuming the sacrament, we become aware of the oneness of life and the knowing that we live in all things and all things live in us. May we carry this understanding into all of our relationships and allow it to guide us in our journey as members of the human family. For more than 2,500 years, the Tao Te Ching has offered guidance and insight into the paradox of existence. Because this paradox is so often encountered when communing with the mushroom, we turn to this short, powerful book as our primary sacred text. We invite all who feel called to study it further as you explore the mysteries of life. Okay, verse 21. This is the translation by J.H. MacDonald. There are hundreds of translations of the Tao Te Ching, if you didn't know. All right. The greatest virtue you can have comes from following only the Tao, which takes a form that is intangible and evasive. Even though the Tao is intangible and evasive, we are able to know it exists, intangible and evasive, yet it has a manifestation. Secluded and dark, yet there is a vitality within it. Its vitality is very genuine. Within it, we can find order. Since the beginning of time, the Tao has always existed. It is beyond existing and not existing. How do I know where creation comes from? I look inside myself and see it. Okay, I was actually reading from a different translation at first, and then I looked at the slide one, so I'm not actually sure where Athena pulled this one from. I'll share what I have in the chat later. Okay. Each Sunday, we read from a different poem or passage selected by generally our discussion lead and posted in our Mighty Networks community. Our rotating text today was selected by me, Courtney, but was actually recommended by a member, Felicia. After it's read aloud, we'll take 5 minutes for reflection before moving into our open discussion. All right, so this is from an excerpt of Lynn McTaggart's podcast. This is her most recent episode. And this excerpt is called Discovering Your Inner Hero Through the Italian Batman Experiment. Now, today, we're going to talk about finding the hero inside yourself. I just read about an Italian psychology experiment that gives us all the key to what to do about these fragmented and worrying times in our town, cities, and neighborhoods. The experiment was carried out in late 2024 when a group of Italian psychologists decided to see if they could shake things up in a subway in Milan. One of the experimenters, disguised as a heavily pregnant woman and wearing a large prosthetic belly, boarded a crowded subway. There were no seats left, and as they rode along, only a third of passengers acknowledged her in any way or offered her a seat. One of the other scientists, riding along as a fellow passenger, observed and took note of any help offered. They tried the experiment again, but this time, after the pregnant woman boarded the train, a man dressed in a Batman costume entered the train from another door 3 yards away. Although he'd omitted the part of the mask that covered his face so as not to scare the passengers, all the other elements of the signature costume, the cape, the logo, and the pointed cow, immediately identified him as the superhero. Although Batman did not approach or interact with the pregnant woman in any way, this time more than 2/3 of the passengers offered her a seat. The scientific team from the Department of Psychology at the Università Cattolica di Sacro Cuore in Milan ran the experiment more than 100 times, and each time got a similar result. Batman is the very embodiment of an upstander, a superhero who possesses a strict moral code to clean up Gotham City and assist its citizens. His arrival raised the tone of the subway, jolting people out of their self focused stupor and reminding them of this human social contract to do unto others. Batman's pay it forward reputation is a perfect example of what it truly is to be human. The study demonstrates something even more important. Sometimes we need the presence of a superhero, someone who stands for truth, justice, and all those good things to bring out the altruist in all of us. Sometimes, in the self-obsessed times, people need a little reminding, and there is nothing like a superhero to do so. And boy, do we need that now. Plenty of evidence shows us, as Nicholas Christakis discovered, our emotions are highly contagious, even unconsciously so. Just one altruist, even a symbolic one like Batman, can cause an epidemic of goodwill. Reach out to the neighbor who has irritated or ignored you. Write them a card. Take dessert over. Haul their garbage to the dump. Have your children play with theirs. Don't think in terms of big donations or big actions, just the small things that you can do in the here and now. Do whatever you can to change the conversation and deepen the connection. Let that altruist be you. Do just one superhero action and watch how it changes the dynamic in the neighborhood around you, and eventually your town or city, maybe even the world. Hey, please take out your journals and pens or something to write on and write with for 5 minutes of reflection on these readings. There's some journal prompts to get you going, which we're going to bring into our discussion portion here shortly. I'll read these out loud. Both readings suggest that transformation begins with subtle shifts in awareness and presence. What kind of actions to create for the people around you? And second, if you fully trusted that your presence matters more than you realize, how might you move differently through the world this week? All right, I'll set my timer for 5 minutes. Okay, about 1 minute remaining. All right, everyone, please wrap up your thoughts as I move on. Okay. So I'm going to provide just a very brief reflection uh, before we move into the next portion of our service. Um, so I chose the rotating text today. All right, I'm going to get out of screen share here. Okay. I chose the rotating text today based on our June theme at Psanctuary, which is reclaiming our power, reclaiming our personal power. Um, I love this idea that we are all individual tuning forks for our environment. And this is something that anyone who's held space at a ceremony at Psanctuary is has lived experience with. Just that experience of seeing the difference of going into one ceremony in a state where um, we haven't really been taking good care of ourselves versus going into a ceremony where we have taken really good care of ourselves and seeing the impact that that creates on the whole container of ceremony. And reading this, listening to it initially, this podcast by Lynn McTaggart, um, really illustrated just that to me, that in this case, this person dressed like Batman really didn't have to do anything. It was his beingness that made that made an impact on that subway. So that really speaks volumes to me. It it can feel like sometimes, I know for me, that, what can I do? What impact can I really make in the world? Just little old me. Um, but then I hear things like this, and I'm reminded that just walking into a room with the energy that I have actually makes a huge impact, whatever that energy is. So I'm really interested to hear your all's thoughts. We're gonna go pretty much right into breakout groups to explore these reflection questions. It's a pretty small group we have here right now. We have, as I mentioned earlier, 20 something folks in ceremony that are here at Sunday service every Sunday. So again, their impact, um, each one of them, like I feel their absence right now, and makes an impact on this group, and that, yeah, that goes for all of us. So it's cool we have a smaller group we can explore together, but um we are still, I was planning to go into breakout groups. So we're going to take a quick bio break. I'm going to check on my kids. And I'm going to end the live stream, and then we're going to come back and go into small breakout groups. So if you can't stay for the breakout groups, then this is also a great time to log off of Zoom. Or if you are on the YouTube live stream, now is a great time to hop in the Zoom room if you would like to join in on this conversation. So I'm going to end our live stream